ومن والاه. My dear brothers and sisters, هل تجب إزالة النجاسة? Is it must to remove the impurity? إزالة النجاسة واجبة مع الذكر والقدرة وتسقط مع العجز والنسيان. It's must to remove the impurity if you are able and you know. However, if any of those conditions lacking, where you are not able or you don't know, then there is no harm on you. Let's give some examples. Somebody that's sitting and laying maybe on the bed and has no ability to remove the dirt. He has any kind of discharge. Nobody will help. Nobody will clean after him. And he has no ability. Is it a must for him to remove it? No. So in this case, he has no ability, so there's no harm and no sin for him. Another example. Somebody praying with no knowledge that there is something like a blood or whatever, any kind of impurity that was in his cloth. He said, Assalamu alaikum, then he realized that was there. And maybe even after the time for Salah passed. So when he started Salah, he has no clue that his cloth was dirty and having any kind of impurity. So is his Salah valid or not? His Salah is valid. However, it's recommended, it's not must, and يصلي في الوقت. If the time is still there, it's recommended to repeat. If the time passed, he doesn't have to worry. But generally speaking, his salah is valid, and that impurity, regardless small spot or big spot, does not affect his prayer, because at that moment when he prayed, he doesn't know that there is impurity in there. Another example. Have you heard about Sahib al-Salas? Sahib al-Salas, the person that has no control for the discharge, regardless that, urine, gas, or whatever, this kind of discharge, he cannot hold it for medical reason. Okay? Not because that night he has maybe eating like a big meals or pool or whatever, I don't know. But anyway, he can have no control for that kind of discharge. What he should do? That person, he will make wudu and he'll pray. Whatever happened, he should not worry. Yeah, when in salah, he should make wudu, and if it's happened, he doesn't have to worry about that discharge. Okay? One discharge, could be the urine, or whatever kind of blood, whatever. Like maybe he has wounds, he clean it, and it's running. He couldn't stop it. Even he wrapped something in it, and it's still running. Was it? Yes. الدم نجاسة. The blood is najis. And ويعفى عنه بمقدار فقط البسيط. If a small amount that was in your cloth or whatever, it's fine. But الدم is najis, yes and yes. All scholars agreed on that. There's no any dispute in this. Scholars might dispute in some issues like many is najis or not. But when it comes to the blood, all of them, they say this is najasa. Okay? And that will lead us to other question. What's type of najasa? What's those kind? That we'll talk about it. But generally speaking, is it must to remove it? Yes. If you are able and you know. And if you're not able or you don't know, then you don't have to worry about that. Billahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there are many implications regarding this. Somebody, he will pray in public place. What's the first assumption he should think? It's a clean. Even if there are dogs here and there, even like people, they might urinate in a public place. As long as he have not seen the najasa and not aware of najasa, حكم البراءة الأصلية, the first assumption that pure unless there's a proof that that's become not pure. Do not put the doubt in your heart. Okay? Even if you think, let's say other question, you thought something that touched you and that might be impure. Is that affecting your tahara? No. Whether that things was thrown on you and moved away, or something that you touch or is set on it. If there's no sign and no evidence that impure things, then you don't have to worry about it. We don't go by shak in our matters. So again, let's make it simple. It must for you to remove the najasa, the impurity, as long as you're able and you know. Yes? There are many implications and there are many rules about that. We still have 1 minute. Akram said to me, we have a chance for one question. Yes, so that's an example of somebody bleeding and cannot stop that. He cannot stop that, the bleeding is still that. You don't have to worry about it. No. So you don't have to, what do you mean? Oh, is the bleeding breaking the wudu or not? That's what your question? That's debatable. The majority of fuqaha, they said no. Ahnaf, they have different story, about the bleeding and about hijama, But majority of scholars, the bleeding itself does not invalidate your wudu. Just remove the blood itself and you don't have to renew your wudu when you're bleeding. According to the majority of fuqaha. And that's what we consider. Okay, may Allah bless you all. Allahumma alimna ma jahilna wa dhakkirna ma nusina wa faqahna fi dina wa ja'alna min ibadika as-salihin. Ameen.